Right. Players are in. I think they have launched. Here we go. Just a moment. So we have game one between Knutan and Jaegerman, and starting with Arabia. Knutan playing in the blue as Lithuanians, and Jaegerman in the purple as Magyars. So let's see at the maps here. Jaegerman with a nice back gold here. Should be a fairly easy wall-off here on both sides. Maybe a little bit very open here, but The main goal helps a lot for the cavalry openings that will probably come in fuel age into the castle age. You could also go for the cav archers as Magyar, so we'll see what he goes for as the game progresses. Knutan, on the other hand, places Lithuanians, also has the back-ish gold, stones, not too bad, nice woodlands. Should be easy for him to sort of cover actually the wall all the way over here without using too much. So the cliffs are really helping out, should really help out here for Knutan. So I think he brought the war in early because, and with many Vincent to sustain production because he found those sheep a bit too late, or a bit late, and here Jaegerman finds a sheep, so he'll snag that and bring it back to his base maybe. Yep, free food. So I would not be surprised to see a scouts war between these two, because they're both cavalry scouts heavy civs. Really unlucky boar spawn here for Jaegerman, since he has to run around the woodline and resources to get it. And he hasn't even scouted it, so that's... oh, there it is. He sees it. Good. I was worried he didn't see it. I think the build counts are fairly even, but probably not getting that second war yet is causing a bit idle time for Jaegerman. Is TC idled again, but force drops, and is he up, or what's the player? No, he's not. He's to force drop some food and Q builds. He probably thinks that he queued some builds already, and maybe unfortunately didn't. But here he's bringing in the second war. There's the good Q. Okay, he's catching up, but put Jaegerman 2 builds behind there, almost 3 builds behind there. Probably because of thinking he clicked, but he eventually didn't. He's using the sheep a little bit to block here as well, since the builder is on loop. Is a good move. But the lure is not ideal here, since the food ends up outside his TC. So not a great start for Jaegerman with the. I think Knutan is about to click up soon. He has 500 food now. Boom, and clicks up at close to the 8-minute. Still gives him a good head start on clicking up, because I think Jaegerman is still missing a lot of food to click up. He needs to collect all from this boar, and then finally he will be able to pick up. But he's placing the barracks, and he still probably will go for a scouts opening. Should actually maybe consider walling off completely now before Knutan scouts get in, but he can't really know about the progress either, so. But now he's going to gold, so maybe he has other plans in mind. Will it be a very late infantry opening maybe? Will be up in a second now. Let's see here. Is he even going forward with the? Is he go to buildings forward here, or is this is for a stable? Yeah. And also walling off. Let's see, scouting. He knows how we can secure the sites here. Jaegerman actually not walling off for the moment, but he has infantry inside his barracks, so maybe it's going to be a very late men-at-arms kind of push. So if he takes into men-at-arms into field age, they could take a decent fight against the scout, but then in field age he will have spears anyway, so we'll see what happens. Maybe he goes forward, but he will run into walls here unless he finds the opening on the side here. He actually has it scouted, he knows it's still open there, likely. But scouts are coming out for Knutan now. And seeing as, oh, it's actually four militia going for four Magyar militia. Actually not too bad because Magyars get the +1 attack immediately, so he could break the walls more easily. He's taking it to man-at-arms. Jaegerman really likes his infantry. I don't think we've seen a lot of games where he just goes for the infantry, and also it's gonna delay the scouts from being able to come forward, but he may lose the militia before they become man-at-arms here. Pulling his scouting tail, but there's the man-at-arm upgrade. That's gonna catch Knutan a little bit off guard, I think. So what would be nice now would be to go through the opening here instead of trying to break in. But of course you can break the palisade gate as well with the extra attack, that is actually an option. But I think the villager will make it to before the time, maybe just place a foundation here or something. Yeah. And then we see the scouts going forward, so that's gonna cause some trouble here. Maybe needs to quick wall here now, but then their berries are exposed as well. He does have loom, of course, but his build will go down to scouts. And breaking the palisade won't help. It's still open on this side though, so if he orders his units to go inside, that's absolutely the way to get in. And taking up production isn't the worst idea either. Now if many more scouts come out, the man-at-arms will auto-attack the scout. But he needs to fight off scouts at home with a little bit of villager help here as well, and he should be quite behind villagers now. It's 4 villagers behind already. Nice quick wall. So Knutan pulls away. Doesn't see any immediate opportunity to make more damage, I think. Now the stable for Jaegerman, but will he aim for the fast castle, which approaches quite far away from castle, so maybe he will... And he actually gets in here, okay, but Knutan with the range up, so he's defending with archers. Of course no upgrades yet. If he garrisons, he will lose his scout now. He can pull away. Saves the scout, and he sends the militia for the wood line. I think this style of play would catch most players off guard, because you don't really expect 4 militia opening from Magyars like that. Also, the scouts are idling here. They could be brought home with their mobility and help out in the fight here. He really needs to garrison his DC now. That was a misclick, has to have been. And there's the garrison, gets 1, gets 2. Jaegerman closing in on clicking up Knutan. Very far away resource-wise from clicking up, so I think actually Jaegerman will be the first one to cast Lage. He will get the knights out with a +1 if he goes for that, or the cav archers. See if he targets the archers. They don't have flexing, so fletching, so he could take a fight here if he runs into them, but now he seems to be occupied otherwise. Okay, he should be kicking up now. He has the resources, maybe missing the second building, you see. Yeah, he needs he's placing a second stable, but he needs blacksmith or something before he can click up. So that was a bit of a weird call there to go for scouts. He could actually just go up now if he had a second building needed. But he seems to want to go for more scouts for some reason. Maybe he's seen the opening and now wants to follow up with scouts instead. Since scouts, they can take out archers that don't have fletching, and they can also do much of damage here because there aren't any spears out for the moment. But Knutan spots some scouts going out. There's the blacksmith, so now I think we'll be see Castlage clip from A1 very soon, but Knutan is first. Did he use a market or something? He must have used the market here to buy up, sold some resources. He's placed foundations here, but the scouts will maybe go in. Let's see. Otherwise, I think maybe something he needs to handle at home. He's walling off. It's actually full wall now when these walls go up. But the scouts, they need to wait and attack and not just idle around here, I think. Even almost killed the stable here, so that... And Knutan putting down a second archer range. So we might be expecting cav archers to come or something, but he shouldn't, because he's... I'm sure he's in the stables. They will hit cast age at almost the same time here. And I don't know why he's not just running in trying to make some damage with these scouts. He could go for the wood line now. Or maybe even straight to the gold. Turns around. Actually now it would make sense to wait around for the cast stage, because then you get the +2 attack. But he runs into the wood line, gets at least one villager here. 2 villagers. That's very good value from only 2 scouts and forward like that. And their cast stages are pretty much identical here. Quite a few archers out for Knutan now. And he's got fletching now as well. Scouts, archers. Even handguard. Okay, he wants an eco boost. He's sticking with the 1 TC push here. Which I believe Jaegerman is doing as well, so both of them just staying on 1 TC gas lake for now. Even though we could afford to build one more. No, hold on, here's the second TC for Knutan. So he will extend this eco lead if Jaegerman doesn't add TCs on his own. Still making scouts. No light cab upgrade in Q is getting husbandry though. But scouts aren't gonna do anything else crossbows, so he needs to add some siege or get some knights with +2 armor. But there's a hole. It's open there as well, of course, but there's a hole on this side. It's even closer. He will run into TC fire if Knutan is attentive, and he is, and scouts just go on to attack the TC, but there's one villager just finished producing. That's a free kill right there. Now he could run around and go for the gold, which I think he will do. And Knutan quick walling a bit here. Okay. Keeping out. Knutan sending out knights. No knights in production for Jaegerman yet, and now he's adding his second TC. It's a decent placement on the woodline there. It protects the woodline and the villagers all around here. But scouts run into the gold here and disturbs Knutan's economy even further. And Jaegerman is actually only 2, now 1 build behind. And also forces Knutan's knight to stay at home. No relics yet for any players. I think Jaegerman should also consider taking control of the relics, which he could have done by taking map control with the scout cab as well. Still not adding any... Oh, there are the knights. Knights and scout cab. So he wants army numbers. Jaegerman also adding some skirmishers now for defense against crossbows on the hill here. And I believe his scouts have been cleaned up, so now Jaegerman is the one who will be forced to be on the defensive here. So just getting some numbers out. He has the +2 attack. He didn't research any second best stage armor yet, but he's coming in, chain barding. So let's see how he gives it. He didn't have any siege at home, and Field Edge Skirmisher aren't actually going to do a lot against cast edge crossbows with Buccaneero. Yeah, I also wonder why he's adding scouts. I mean, I don't know, maybe he didn't have enough gold, but I really don't get the idea either, especially not when he knows that his opponent has crossbowmen out. Yeah, just Knutan will break through some palisades here now. Should be easy with 11 crossbows. No, he backs away for now. Okay, maybe he sees the TC and thinks it's not worth the fight. Yeah, still scouts. No light cap. Getting elite skirm on the armor though. Ooh, 3 knights. And with the armor as well now. And but now Knutan added the monster here. He's adding, yeah, monster stable. So he's going for the relics now, and his cab will just be stronger and stronger as he collects the relics, and he's guarding this relic as well with his crossbows for now. So as long as it's not being pushed, which he is going to kind of be now, with scouts they're just so easy to handle, or if this is a fake attack or something just to lure his enemy into thinking he's only going for scouts, but we'll see. But Monkey's going out to collect the first relic now. That means more gold income and also means more attack for Knutan's knights, although he hasn't added almost any yet. Finds an opening here and runs in just to it. These scouts can just die to crossbow fire and everything. Could even trap them in here if he feels like it. Wait! What? Ah, no armor. Okay. Wow, that's fantastic trade for 4 scouts. They're taking out 3 crossbows actually. And he still has some knights at home now. He has about 8 knights out now. It's really can't exactly be called meta. Is Jaegerman here? He opened with 4 men-at-arms from Magyars going forward and catching his enemy off guard. So he actually got a few kills in that way, and then he sends late Field Edge scouts in, early cast Edge scouts in, and he gets value from them because Knutan's crossbows, they don't have any armor. So he managed to pick off quite a few. It's, see, the KD is nearly identical here. Yeah, exactly. I don't see why Knutan, why neither of them are going in really. Knutan, he doesn't really have a lot of defense. He has the crossbows, but with no armor, that's an easy fight for the knights to take. You could even take the stable here just to deny that production, because then there's only 1 stable left for Knutan. And if Jaegerman sees this TC, it will most certainly be denied over here, but I don't think he sees it. So will he get the conversion now? Yeah, he does. And the knights, okay, only +1, and that's for the relic. Knights and skirmishers running in here now. I don't know if there even are any crossbows left here. The military count isn't all that uneven, but these crossbows are just standing around here, not doing any damage. Yeah, a bit of wasting here. Now Knutan is adding more stables, and the Jaegerman could actually click him soon if he feels like it. So he's really preserving his resources, but look at the build count, it's like 30 builds behind, so Knutan is certainly leading the boom here, but look at him fighting off knights with villagers here. This is just ridiculous. And now is it still now it's at least Lightcap running in here. It's just slowly adding more army just to keep the annoying pressure. But let's have a look at Knutan's eco here. Is not more than enough gold here. His food eco is kind of being stopped a bit from both from the booming and from production of multiple stables, but if you can get more numbers out, yeah, maybe it's actually able to deal with this with these 2 knights alone. They have +2 now. But these guys are just idling around. They could have done some damage here now. Okay, there are some skirms here, but still. And he cleans up, and he has just so much stronger eco now. It's it doesn't show yet, of course, but he has 90 villager working. He's almost double the build count of Jaegerman, who is adding his 3rd TC right now. And military count should be in Knutan's favor now, yes. So it's only 1 relic. He is really not stressing this relic collecting here, which is peculiar. I don't know if no, Jaegerman hasn't collected any on his own either. But now the next monk will go here. So he actually may have lost a monk in this base here in the fight. But Knutan is massing the knights numbers now, sending the monk out, sending some crossbows in, but they will be in trouble here because the knights and the skirms will hunt them down. Still no armor. Knights now, 14 for Knutan, and if he brings in more relics, he's now also getting the iron forging. But this relic is quite close. If he knows where all the relics are. Skirms will still be useful in the fight if Knutan adds some pikes in the mix. And the villager lead he's now on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 TC. He's actually producing from at least 4 of these TCs at the moment, so. Yeah, I'm also surprised the Jaegerman is not paying attention to the relics. Yeah, he has the light cow on the field, so he would easily... But this is certainly a better fight for Knutan. He has +3 I think now, and it's only +2 for Jaegerman. Both have the armor. He really shouldn't run... Okay, he wins the fight here, so he wants to go forward with these guys then. He cleans up nicely. Now his military count is 36 to 16. That's really a lot of knights now. He could even take out TCs with his knight numbers. And also if you take out the production here, there's not really much more for adding barracks. But this is over. Yeah, I wouldn't tend to agree. When these knights get in, because they will get in, yeah, Jaegerman is in serious trouble. I mean, he could use these 23 knights just to take out the TCs and all the eco here. He doesn't even need siege at this point. He has +4 now from the relics. I think he's also getting the 5th one. I think adding another TC even. I think I would target the production now if I were Knutan. Even if it takes a bit longer to take down, it's It's open up there actually. Wow. Yeah, don't let him match the pikes now. He's running the pikes into his base. But for now, the numbers are not enough. Okay, the knights are in. Ah, look at the villagers going down now. Just getting the raid, spreading out. These knights might clean up here though. Still shouldn't be too difficult for a suit to be +5 knights to handle even pikes at this point. And Knutan's even getting Imperial Age. He is losing most of his army now. Of course he's adding more, he has the eco for it, but... And now also the forward castle. All in all, I think Jaegerman got nicely away from that trade, because he lost like only in this sense 15 builds maybe, and it's kind of crazy that he didn't lose more. But looking at the score now, it's well, okay, he isn't all too different here, but and why is he attacking houses when he can just run in and or does he want his opponent to be pop-capped, maybe? I don't know. He's an imp, he will soon be able to add traps from here, and then it should be GG, because Jaegerman isn't even up, and... Well, he could click up actually, but... Going forward with some rams now, okay. That should be an easy cleanup for Knutan's knights. He's... Okay, he's getting conscription first, and he wants to... he's adding siege. Jaegerman adding a forward castle himself. Okay, he could add some Magyar hussars and get some nice raids in, but I think he really should focus at home now even more, rather than the counter-attack. Need to run in this direction. This is Cavalier with +5, so they're even harder to fight back for Castle Age pikes. But the castle will go up here. Rams might be okay. Could have attacked the rams here. Just going for the castle and some build types. Rams coming in now. Is he getting capped ram as well? No, just battering rams. Adding ranges for, I guess it's skirms for, and you can even trap this castle because they are more or less in range of each other. So this will force repairs from Jaegerman. So, villager count now 130 to 56 population. It's more than double for Knutan. This is Knutan's game. Unless something really, really weird happens. I think he's even getting Paladin now. Wow. You don't see that too frequently in 1v1s, but why not? Getting Paladin for 8. Where are the rest of his knights, Cavaliers? Ah, there they are. Yep. I think on the... I think we should be seeing the GG very soon. So I added Lightis as well actually. Which mixing in Lightis, it makes it even better fights against the pikemen because they ignore armor. A brave light cavalier taking a little hit, but... We have 20 paladins running here into Jaegerman's eco, and surely he should be calling the GG soon. He has less and less space to expand, and there's the GG. So So it looked rough for Knutan for a while, but Jaegerman was hesitating a bit with his push. He was adding Scout Cab in Castle Age instead of just pumping out Knights, which would have been devastating for Knutan at that point. So Knutan takes the eco lead and runs the game in his favor in the end. There's a huge resource differences here, and uptime actually a lot earlier for Knutan, but he didn't manage to do too much in with his Scout's push. Sprightly Cold, Villager High, almost double of Jaegerman. And in the end, it was just out of army, more or less, Jaegerman. So that brings the score to 1-0 for Knutan. Looking forward to seeing what Jaegerman's home map will be like. Okay, looks like the home map will be Serengeti. Not a bad choice. Right, moving on to game 2. It's Saracens versus Goths. So, let's see here. This is match 2. This is Jaegerman's home map, and we have Knutan96 in the blue, playing as Saracens. Jaegerman in the purple, playing as Goths. So, I think okay-ish maps for both players. Woodland's very close to the TC for Knutan here, and for Jaegerman at least a good back woodland here, and all of the hunt in the back, which is very nice because it's easier to secure it. I don't know what kind of openings we will see here. Saracens could, of course, go scouts. With Goths, I would really expect some annoying early infantry opening again, like we saw last game. And Goths with a cheaper infantry, he could send even 6 militia in. No, the thing is, indeed. Fast forward a bit. Not pushing in the ostrich here. It's the building computer is slightly ahead in builder production, but Jaegerman is keeping up and we need the elephant here now. It's also refreshing to see players not going for like obvious cab or Mongol hunt bonus on this map. So we have an infantry civ versus versatile civ as the Saracens with a market bonus potential for real early up, and they could make the cast stage could go knights or camels or even the archers, which are really good with the bonus against buildings. So looking forward to seeing how this progresses. It's nice actually having a few ostriches here right next to the berries. So. Ah, the Lithuanians can kill the hunt with the rush. Yeah, I never thought of that. Ah! It's actually never happened to me yet, so I will have to think about that. Too bad surrogate isn't in the map pool anymore. Ah. So I can expect a short game in the recordings there versus wait, I guess. So let's go to Jaeger's point of view. Goths get free loot, which is actually nice on an open map like this. Okay, went to Castlage. I see. Big one gathering with those scouting intel now. Fights main gold in the back there, or one of the golds. Could make life difficult for some hunters here. He could even take the hill and get killed here. Nah, he doesn't. Or does he? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he doesn't get that one, I think. Yep. Almost sacrifices his scout, but he gets a bill kill, so I would say that's actually worth it. Knutan getting loom now. We will be seeing him up to the fuel edge first again. Here's the barracks from Jaegerman. So I'm looking forward, and he's also going to gold already. I don't know if he's gonna put up the mine or if it's only the... Yeah, he's gonna get 2 on gold. So I think we'll see some Goth militia spam here. He needs to put up a house though, otherwise his army will be... Oh, there's the house, but that might be a little bit slow. If he produces immediately, but maybe he goes for the fuel age up first and then goes for the men at arms. That could be. So he's missing just a little bit of food for kicking up now. He could force drop some food from these hunters and then it would be up. It's also going to be pretty much behind. There's the barracks from Knutan. So let's see what he does in field age, if he will drop the barracks instantly, the stable instantly or the archery range, but he has 10 on wood now, 13 on wood actually total, so I think it's going to be an archer opening. So 3 militia in production for Jaegerman now. Almost a bit surprised he doesn't go for more when he's Goths, but yeah, it's a bit low on food, maybe he'll queue more. Nice piece of house walling here as well. If he walls here, it'll be limiting the mobility of his opponent. And it's actually a double archery range drop from the Saracen players, so he's going to boost the archery production from 2 ranges and be able to take out buildings, not to mention infantry from Goth as well. So 4 militia going forward again, like last game, but he's adding more, he's adding a 5th one, adding in. Yeah, so it's going to be at least 5 militia. I think he will afford the element arm immediately when he reaches Fudel as well. So if he gets enough arms in, he could take out the Rangers, I guess. But archers already coming out. No upgrades. So unless Knutan garrisons and gets numbers up, these soon-to-be arms can handle the archers. So a little bit surprised he doesn't just already try to go for getting a reinforcements cut off here. But if you can delay the blacksmith, then the archers are less scary as well. Getting horse collar. Not adding anything more for now. So 5 men-at-arms are in, but they are upgraded. They need to pass next to the TC. I think they actually would. Oh, there's a misclick in the garrisoning again, I think. Went towards the TC, but a nice quick wall there, sending the men-at-arms into TC fire. Also preventing them from attacking here. And loses to TC fire here. Now he can go for the gold, but he needs to break in before he can do any damage there as well. And the archers will pick off this guy, so... Jaegerman's forward so far hasn't really paid off. It's done very little damage. He is actually ahead in villagers, so he has cost some idle time. But military numbers will be pretty large in comparison for Knutan soon, I think. Jaegerman actually adding more men-at-arms. Which is a peculiar choice considering that he knows by now that his opponent has a double range and can counter them easily. And there's a market from Knutan now. This is eco-like, is not ready to click up, but he will clean up these men-at-arms with archers over here. So there goes the forward from Jaegerman, where he's actually passing even more men-at-arms here. So of course, if he gets critical numbers up in the end, he's double barracks now. It's he could take a fight against good H archers, but once Knutan gets to Castle H, which he probably will be before Jaegerman, considering the investment of food and gold going into men-at-arms, then he will struggle against Castle H crossbowmen with upgrades. So let's see if he can. He doesn't know there's something coming forward here. So that's 6 archers versus 10 men-at-arms. So this is going to be a test for the micro here. It's interesting matchup here. Let's see how the archers hold up. They do have fletching, of course, but no armor. He's running away, but he's actually being surrounded. They're losing his forward. So again, Knutan needs to mass more numbers. He's only at 6 military now. His base is walled except from the sides. But Jaegerman is far from being able to kick up because he keeps adding men-at-arms, and I think he wants to try and take out production, but if he wanted to do that, at least he would have needed a forward tower on this by the Rangers to stop the archers from stopping him. Could get a real snipe here if he sees it. Trying kind of around now, but now he's giving the archers the hill advantage. And that's 1 down, 2 down. Alright, I should keep hitting and running Knutan, I think, but at least he stays on the hill now. And he shouldn't be going closer to the DC now, because now he will lose the DC fire again. It looks like he wanted to go for Knutan's gold, but he's just losing numbers unnecessarily in the process here. And here come the archers to clean up this. So now I believe Knutan's eco should be stronger. Well, he's using the market, I see a bit here. So none of them are going for Castle H just yet. Only 9 farms for Knutan, and 19 for Jaegerman, so his food eco is a lot stronger, but he just sticks with his infantry. He's quite stubborn. He's staying with the infantry even if it's losing them all of the archers, and the archers' numbers are growing here now. This will be an easy snipe. And you really should add range and some skirmisher he's now here. He has the wooden food eco to support skirms. Now the archers, I believe they might be trying to find the gold, go for the gold. Which would be the correct move in my opinion, to seize building shop production and delaying the age up. So he's found the gold. He needs to turn around to avoid TC fire here, but he takes Jaegerman completely off gold now. He does have a lot of gold stored though. He doesn't have a market to adjust the eco. You should get Knutan should get lots of easy snipes here on the farms. This is just, you don't run away from this. You could even split up here and try to catch even more vills. But here Jaegerman's men arms going forward instead, and there aren't really much archers left in his home base to deal with this. It's 20 army for Knutan and 14 of the archers are here, so he's probably doing more damage. He's picking off vills here and there, he's taking Jaegerman off farms, but Jaegerman is being annoying his home base as well. It's 17 militia now, with +1/+1. He could now take Knutan off gold. Jaegerman is back on gold on his side. If he had a market, he could just buy the gap here now, but he's adding a rage finally, and he will go for the defensive skirms instead. So, taking them off gold here, forcing Knutan to defend with archers here instead of going further forward. But again, he needs to stay away from the TC fire, and he needs to dodge these archers, but it's causing lots of idle time in the process here. They're both pretty similar in food and gold eco, so actually the castation times aren't necessarily that different. Look at this move here, taking out the market. It's brilliant against Saracens because he knows he is likely abusing the market. So if he can actually take out the market, that's gonna could potentially delay Knutan's castlage up, but he is actually able to. If he uses the market now, he could click up. Look at this man at arms, just swarming around, making life difficult. Knutan sitting with his archers here on the Jaegerman's gold. If they had been slightly closer, they could be attacking the gold as well, preventing it. But I think he's going to click up now. Some market adjustments. Yeah, there we go. Castlage. Jaegerman should be close as well. He's only missing a little bit of food, so. But he invests more into army again. He has 10 skirms now. Now he does have the numbers to charge against these 12 archers for sure. So he shouldn't really let him kill more as far as we're taking off gold. Just take the fight here. We even have the +1 and the armor, so. This should be no. There you go. Then we will have a fight. Knutan will lose these archers now. This is careful, he will lose them very quickly. So actually, a bit slow reaction here. Loses 3 or 4 archers. Splits up slightly and trying to dodge the annoying. These 2 guys will go down. And now if Jaegerman sends his skirms forward, he's suddenly in a decent position. But he needs to click up as well. He's actually not doing that. He's committing to feudal and feudal numbers. I think that is not ideal against Saracens that have so many options in castlage, not to mention crossbows that could take out his infantry and also take a fight against feudal age skirmishers. Castle Age is in for Knutan. Jaegerman is still committing to Field Age. He's also housed now, but he does have more military overall. He has 36 military, but these guys on the hill there should be crossbows at the moment. Crossbow has kicked in. He is waiting for Bodkin as well, but this should be an easy snipe on the men-at-arms here. I don't think he will lose barely any archers. He needs to split up a bit and focus on the skirms as well. But Field Age skirms aren't really a match for Castle Age crossbows. So I think it is a mistake of Knutan to walk off the hill here, because it would be even easier to snipe the skirms. I mean, there's a lot of skirms, but I think he still had the advantage with this Castle Age army. Jaegerman now completely idled. Lots and lots of wood. Okay, taking the fight uphill here. But they did the right thing, focusing on the men-at-arms. And now he's forcing the skirms off the hill. The skirms to take the hill again. Could add more archers on his own, which he's doing. He's adding crossbows. Adding a TC. Should be safe from these men-at-arms, I think. And also adding a knight now. So knight could deal with skirmishers now. Now would be the time to bring in the archers as well, to have the knight take the skirm fire, take some fights, and bring the Saracens, the archers, to handle the still Field Age skirms. Jaegerman's still in Field Age. Now finally clicks up to Castle Age. So what's the play now? I think Jaegerman has no production at all right now. He does have roughly the same army numbers as Knutan, but for the skirms to take an actual good fight, they need to be elite. So that should be his priority as he reaches Castle Age. Get the market up, stabilize your economy a little bit more, and get, among other things, get elite skirms for these crossbows. Crossbows picking up even more men-at-arms here. Look at the KD here, 68 to 33 for Knutan. Of course, what Jaegerman could also do is get the castle up and get Huskar productions going, because then they will have the counter to archers. They will, however, die to knights, so it's a bit of a consideration here. I think it's the right move of Knutan to go forward now, before Jaegerman can reach Castle Age. He will probably suspect that there's something going on here. Should keep his crossbow together though, to be able to take a better fight against the skirms. Keep his army together. He's focusing on the men-at-arms. Jaegerman is not producing at all at the moment. But he's cleaning up, Knutan is cleaning up all of the skirms here before he can actually get the elite skirm in, so he might as well even consider to cancel the elite skirm at this point, because there's really not much left to take. Now just run in and disturb Jaegerman's eco again, and he will be in serious trouble. Look at the Saracens just melting buildings as well. This is only 14 crossbows, but they're taking out the barracks. Stone. Now the crossbows will run in, they will get some easy builds now, so I don't know if he doesn't have ballistics yet because it doesn't have a university, but that's coming up now. So we'll see Knutan getting ballistics, and is he gonna be... He's decent, looks like he's using the market a bit again to get upgrades and stuff in. And he's also on the 3Ts now, while Jaegerman is still on the 1, so get even more archers in here and you could deal with the TC with only archer fire. So running the knights in another TC, but in exchange getting the 8 skirmishers down. Jaegerman is adding a bit more, but now his ability count is 32 to 13, population is at least double Knutan, so this is looking bad for Jaegerman at the moment. Now raids in on gold as well, that's Jaegerman's primary gold spot. He has one over here as well, and that's the second TC heading spot just now. He has a decent economy, but he doesn't really have the means of production. He has 2 ranges, 1 barracks, and Knutan is slowly gaining more map control. Crossbows taking the hill here. Be easy to snipe pikemen here. KD 130 to 45 now for Knutan. So Jaegerman does have resources, but he does now need to spend it. Knutan could even click Imperial Age very soon, and he does. And adding the forward siege workshop. You could add a Mangonel now to deal with the skirms numbers as well. He's sending a few knights in and taking the hill again with the crossbows. Even adding some forward ranges, so little forward siege, adding a Mangonel, nice move against massed skirms here. And with Mangonel and Saracen crossbows, he should be able to take out this TC rather easily. You see the villager count is almost triple for Knutan now, is I think it's 4th TC, I believe. Oi, good shot. Didn't destroy so many, but he did get some kills in. Get another attack around there, and from the hill, we can them even a bit more. I didn't even know Mangonels could shoot that close, but the crossbows, they should have been on the hill by now. So he pulls them away, which is a good move. Now another Mangonel comes out. Gonna get a hit there, he hits his own knight as well, but he still gets even more skirms. KD triple in the favor of Knutan now. Sends the Mangonel in. Now there are barely any skirms left, there's only 8 military for Jaegerman. Imperial Age kicks in and we will likely be calling the GG soon. That's it. Good game. That ends it with the 2-0 to Knutan, but especially in the first game, Jaegerman had some momentum, so it wasn't by any means steamroll there from any player. It was just Knutan slowly taking the map control and gaining the advantage more and more, especially on the eco, and takes the game 2-0. Let's have a quick look at the stats here. KD 161 to 48. Resources collected, not all that dissimilar in food and wood, but then there's so much more gold collected for Knutan, suggesting his army composition. He was under less pressure overall, keeping his eco somewhat safe. Especially the cast stage time here. I mean, the Jaegerman had some opportunities to click up earlier. I think at one point he was missing one building, but then he kept producing the men-at-arms and stuck to the feudal army, and that hurt him in the end. Build high also almost double for Knutan here. So there we go. So is there any interest in casting some recorded games meanwhile, or we don't have a lot of viewers at the moment, so I could wait for those for later? I have a distinct feeling lots of people are watching Battle of Africa right now, so I think I'll close the stream for now, and thanks for watching. We'll be back at 9:30 in like 1.5 hours with Wolf versus HJ. So come back later.